You were 8 years old. Key around your neck. Empty house. Every single afternoon. Both parents working. Nobody coming. And you figured it out before anyone knew you needed to. And something in you decided, right then, I am not waiting for anyone. Not because someone taught you that. Because the empty house taught you, one afternoon at a time. That decision, made in an empty house in 1978, followed you into the Army and never left. I'm Robert, retired soldier, and today I want to talk about what that empty house actually built inside you. Not what it looks like from outside, what it built on the inside. Because those two things are not the same. In 1989, Dr. Emmy Werner at UC Davis completed a 40-year study on 698 children born in 1955. One-third grew up in poverty and without consistent adult supervision. Researchers expected significant damage. What Werner found stopped the research team. The self-reliant children became the most resilient adults in the entire study. The empty house didn't break you. It built you. On purpose. Without anyone knowing it was happening. She called it the resilience paradox. Least handed to them. Most durable foundation built inside them. 3 environments confirmed the same thing to this man. And it started before the Army ever found him. The empty house. Figure it out yourself. Nobody is coming. Handle it. Don't make it a thing. That instruction landed on a man who had been doing the opposite for 40 years. Not stubbornness. Wiring. The empty house built 3 specific things. First, the belief that what you do determines what happens. Not luck. Not circumstances. Not who shows up. What you do. Confirmed every single afternoon for years. Second, frustration tolerance. Staying with an unsolved problem without quitting. Without outsourcing. The generation that came after had the answer in 3 seconds. They never built this muscle. Third, self-sufficiency as identity. Not just a skill he had. The man he became. That identity walked into basic training fully formed. The Army didn't install it. The Army found it already running. Dr. Martin Seligman at University of Pennsylvania studied what he called learned effectiveness for decades. Men who solved problems alone during formative years showed highest resilience and life satisfaction in their 50s and 60s. Not in their 20s. In their 50s and 60s. The empty house invested in something that took decades to fully arrive. There is a toolbox in your house. Not the plastic one from the hardware store. The real one. The hammer from 1991. The screwdriver set from before your first deployment. The level that has been on 3 continents. That toolbox is a self-portrait of a man who learned to carry what he needed because nobody else was going to carry it for him. You didn't inherit this toolbox. You built it. One tool at a time. One problem at a time. Starting in 1978. Not every self-reliant soldier carries this into retirement the same way. 3 types. You've been at least 2. The self-sufficient does everything himself. Always. Not because he can't ask. Because asking feels wrong. His wife stopped offering to hire someone 3 years ago. She just lets him choose the tools now. He has never once walked into a room as the one who needed something. That stopped presenting as an option around 1981. The silent carrier fixes everything emotionally for everyone. The answer in every room. Never the question. Daughter calls, he has the answer. Son struggles, he has the answer. Neighbor has a problem, he solves it. And somewhere along the way he became so reliable. Nobody thought to check if he was okay. The builder took self-reliance and built something with it. Not completely alone this time. He learned self-reliance is the foundation, not the whole building. That lesson cost him something to learn. Which one are you, self-sufficient, silent carrier, or builder? Drop it in the comments right now. Self-reliance is a superpower, and it has a shadow. The shadow is not what anyone expects. Not because he is controlling, because the skill of receiving help was never installed. Nobody was home during the installation window. His wife offers to help. He redirects. His kids try. He reassigns. His colleague volunteers. He declines politely. Giving without ever receiving is not strength. It is a slow way of making sure the people who love you can never fully reach you. Dr. Breen Brown at University of Houston found inability to receive help is disconnection wearing the costume of strength. Refusing to let others contribute to your life, over time, creates distance in every relationship it touches. Does the self-reliance that raised you still serve you in the life you are living right now? Or has it become what keeps the people who love you at exactly one arm's length from reaching you? Emmy Werner's 40-year study found one more thing nobody expected to find in the data. The most resilient adults shared one specific trait beyond self-reliance. One person who actually saw them. Not a parent necessarily. Just one person who looked at them and said, "I see what you are," and meant it. That is not weakness. That is the one lesson the empty house never had a chance to teach, because nobody was home to teach it. In the Army, that one person was your unit. 6 men who knew what you were without asking. Nobody needed to explain themselves. The mission showed everyone exactly who was there. In retirement, that person is already there. You just haven't let them fully reach you yet. 3 years after I retired, my wife said something I wasn't ready to hear, but needed to. She said, "Robert, I have been trying to help you for 3 years. You redirect everything I offer. I am not questioning your capability. I am trying to be your partner. Those are completely different things." And I understood. What made me the most reliable man in every room was making me the least reachable in my own house. The empty house built something most people will never have, and it left one gap that looks exactly like more strength. The gap where learning to receive should have been. Nobody's fault. Nobody was home during that window. And the work, the real work of the second half, is not more self-reliance. It's learning to receive. Recognize the shadow. Self-reliance is not the problem. The inability to receive is the problem. One is strength. One is a gap wearing the costume of strength. Know which one you're living in right now. Let one person in. Not everyone. Not a group. One person. The one who is already there. Let them carry one thing. One small thing. And notice what that costs you. The cost is the data. Because if it costs you something to let her carry one small thing, that is where the work is. The self-reliance the empty house gave you is extraordinary. Real. Yours. Nobody can take it from you. But a foundation is not the whole building. And the second half of life is not built alone. The men who came through hardest childhoods and thrived in the second half had the foundation and the one person. The foundation is already there. It has been there since 1978. You built it in an empty house. The one person, they're probably already in your house. The question is whether you've let them actually reach you. Not a vulnerability workshop. Not a therapy group. Just the person who asked to be your partner. The empty house built you. It doesn't have to be the only thing that built you. If this hit somewhere real, which type were you? Self-sufficient, silent carrier, or builder? And if this gave language to something you've been living without a name for, drop that too. Share this with one man who has been carrying everything for so long he forgot what it feels like to put something down. He has been the most reliable man in every room, and nobody has thought to ask what that costs. The empty house gave him the foundation. The second half gives him the choice of what to build on it. The foundation is complete. It was completed in 1978 in an empty house by an 8-year-old with a key around his neck. The uniform came off. The foundation didn't. And the foundation has been waiting for the right building. Drive on.